So basically, an inventory is like a replacement for seeing. So you can describe something, and if it's described clearly, you can see it, so to speak. Yes, but the whole point, like there was a statement in some other Buddhist part, which is a view and a vision. You know, the vision is the seeing, and a view is a description of things so that you can understand, yeah, which leads to seeing finally. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not it doesn't take the place of seeing. In a way, it's in time, it's an aspect that leads to a seeing. Yeah? Not directly, but the seeing comes after the understanding, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
So in we do in recovery, we're out to lunch. So basically, we do an inventory, yeah, to see our role in things because obviously we didn't see our role in things, yeah, and that was a big, big gap in our lives, not seeing our role in things. It
Right.
led to a lot of blame and sense of entitlement and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't see even at the point of entering the program. So we do an inventory, which we can sort of, by the description of what happened in our lives, looking at resentments and fears and harms done to others in the pursuit of what we wanted, we get to see, we see our role in things.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, are you seeing your role in things? No, because it's like an autopsy. It's a description from a past, yeah? But it leads to a seeing now. So now you can see that which used to defeat you before any defeat occurs. Yeah. That's what we were speaking about yesterday. I think, Mike, I don't know, however you took it, that's how I took it.
Well, how did you hear how I took it?
No, you took it the same way. That's what I mean. But
Okay.
everyone hears it in a way. So what we're doing here uh, a lot of times at the meetings is we're describing what we're not. Yeah. You can't see what you're not because there isn't anything to see. But a description of what you're not leads to the sense of seeing. Yeah? So the description of what you're not is a pair of glasses that inform you you don't need a pair of glasses. Yeah? So you've put the understanding on, and the understanding is quite temporary, and then it's dropped, and there's the seeing. Yeah? But we arrive, in a way, we arrive at our fundamental condition by, in a sense, seeing what we're not. And how do we see that? By descriptions, yes? When there's a description of what we're not, because what we're not can be described. We're indescribable, but what the mental activities are describable. So we we take it's sort of like a weird it's like think it's almost like a U-turn, so you arrive right where you started from, but it seems to be somewhat necessary because of the sense of being out to lunch. So first we need to describe stuff, yeah, because the seeing isn't seemingly available, and then through the description something becomes available, which informs you it's always been available. Yeah, when it suddenly becomes available to you, one of its information downloads is it's always been available. Yeah, so now the understanding isn't a substitute for the vision. It now is a way of you see the vision sees through the understanding. Yeah, it's sort of a trip.
Yeah, no,
So
totally. Because I was just going to say that, and it has implications like there's only one seeing. So if somebody else, this is just a funny, somebody else tells me, like Rick just told me in the chat that I had forgotten to change my name from Paul Hedderman. So it's one seeing. That's the seeing that was relayed, and I just changed my name as opposed to the assumed me would have gone through uh, calling myself stupid and feeling embarrassed in front of somebody else, and so um, it's got
And
kind of
all that is based on not seeing.
what?
All of that, all of that mental activity is based on not seeing.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just making it funny about
The seeing would undermine the whole story. In other words, the 50 floors that get built up would be totally uh, undone by recognizing there's no foundation. Yes? Yeah. So I wanted to read something tonight. Are we going to start now? Yeah?
I went in and started. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. You want to wait a minute or two, or you want to go?
No, it's already 4 after, and I muted everybody individually, so we're good. Recording.
All right. Well, I want to read something from Huang Po tonight. I don't think I've used it before. Yeah? So it goes, when people hear the mind teaching, let's say satsang, yeah? When people hear the mind teaching, they get excited. They think there is something to be got. They then fervently engage. I got to use glasses here. To be got. They then fervently engage in this or that practice, thinking that they will get something. Unfortunately, they do not see that their own mind and the thing they expect to find are one and the same. Yeah. If you use your mind to try to get something from mind, you will never achieve anything ever, though you practice this for billions of years. And he's sharing that with compassion. I'm going to read it again. I think it's a beautiful thing. So when people hear the mind teaching, they get excited. They think there is something to be got. They then fervently engage in this or that practice, thinking that they will get something. Unfortunately, they do not see that their own mind and the thing they expect to find are one and the same thing. If you use your mind to try to get something from mind, you will never achieve anything ever, though you practice like this for billions of years. It's basically the same thing. Of course, when you're doing a seed assignment, you look for something that sort of agrees with what you're saying. So this is like a perfect. You can't get. It's like the idea of you can't use the Buddha to seek the Buddha. You can't use mind to seek mind. Yeah. Now, the idea here, though, when people hear the mind teaching, they get excited. I don't believe they get excited. I think excitement arises and there's a claiming of it to imply you. Yeah. That's, I would throw that in there. Because then you don't have to get caught in all of the other stuff. If you see you're not that which got excited, you may not have the unfortunate frustration of looking for what you can't find. Yeah. Because you're neither that nor this. Yeah. So the this of being the one who's excited and the that, the one who gets bummed out, you're neither of them. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Yeah. I want to read another one from him because if I take off the glasses, I can't see the screen. I'm blind to the Zoom squares. All right, so here's another one from Huang Po. Here it is, just this right in front of you. Start thinking about it, and you've just missed it. Yeah. Now, again, I don't believe you're the one who starts thinking about it. I think there's thinking about it that implies there's a you. Yeah. So now thinking about it won't change anything. If it's you thinking about it, it changes everything. Yes? So another one, just give up your notions of unenlightened and enlightened. Then you might recognize that which is here to begin with. It's your crazy thinking that is your biggest impediment. I would say it's just crazy thinking. It's not yours. It's crazy thinking that becomes the biggest impediment. Yeah. That is your biggest impediment. You hold on to all kinds of distorted ideas and compare one thing with another without end. Your thoughts furiously chase after all kinds of things, just like mad hornets stirred from their nests. There is no such thing as illusion. Illusion is itself illusory. This is an important thing, yeah? It's only there because you have invented it. If you would simply give up your dividing this from that, you would see that what seems to be divided is not. Now, I found people get caught up in this idea of simply giving up your dividing this from that, because most people said, well, if I could have, I would have a long time ago. So we just want to question, is there a you that's dividing this or that? Yeah? To me, it seems like a simpler, easier way, yeah? Because if you read this as a you, it sounds like I've got to stop dividing everything to this and that. That's how we see everything from the programming, yeah? So then the program would set out to try to change the programming. It would just reinforce the programming. I would just put the question is, yeah, if you would simply give up your dividing, let's just say you recognize there's no one that's dividing everything into this or that. Yeah, it'd be not easier, wouldn't there? That way you wouldn't have to change anything. There's the dividing this or that, but you're not putting a tail on it, called Judith or Paul. So it can just roam around and do what it does, which is it comes and goes. But as soon as you's put on it, it sort of has staying power. Yeah? So I want to read another one. Hold on. This is from Chang Tzu. He says, knowledge is limited, but knowing is not. To try to understand the unlimited through the limit is craziness. But to do this and to consider it to be real understanding, now that's just stupidity. I like their delivery. I hope there's a flavor that exudes out of the words, yeah? If there's a flavor that exudes out of the words, that's coming from us, that flavor. It's not coming from the words. The words are like an empty glass, and then it pulls something out of us that's already available at all times, yeah? That's why there's statements, one sentence long statement that every time it's entertained, it fills you up. Yeah, it couldn't hold enough water to do that. Yeah, it couldn't hold enough water, but what it does, it brings out the water from the source, which is us. Yeah, so we can keep drinking, keep drinking. So we can take that which is unknown to us and have an understanding of it by reading it or by hearing it from the outside. Yeah? I probably read a lot of sentences in my life. There's only a few that stopped me, and basically there was no reading after that. Yeah? One of them was, whatever can be perceived can't be perceiving. That was, one time we were out in Long Island when I was young, and me and my 4 friends, we did our first effort. So it was like in the fall, and we went out to this resort area called the Hamptons. And one of my friend's older brothers rented a place out there, and it was empty now. And we went there, and at one point we decided to leave, and we got in a car, and we were driving down these little country roads, and we came to a stop sign, and we literally stopped for like an hour. We just stopped. The sign, we read it, and we all just stopped. We forgot how to drive, and we just stayed there. Finally, we came back to, and we took off. But it's sort of like these sentences. They do the same thing. You know what I mean? How many things have you heard or read that you just ran over by that hand of time just pushing you to get more information or more understanding or more techniques, yeah? But sometimes in a book or in a vision, you know, somewhere outside, or someone saying something, it stops you. It stops you. And when there's a stop, there's really a download, yeah? And it's not of time. It's not of time. And that download changes you from below, so to speak. You don't even know what's going on. You just find out later. But there's a change of brewing, yes? And a lot of them were these simple sentences, maybe the 800th sentence in that chapter, but it was the end of the book, yeah? And the beginning of the book when I hit it, yeah? You can't use the Buddha to seek the Buddha. Why would he say that? Unless that's what's happening right now. Why would he say it? Yeah? It's like saying someone's telling me, you know, well, whatever. It just, he didn't see. I can imagine he was looking at people, but he didn't see the people. He saw them, but he didn't see them. He saw the Buddha, and he talked directly to the Buddha. Now, the person probably thought he was going over the person's head, but it was right on target. Yeah? And the Buddha heard it, and then something stopped. Yeah? Something stopped. And then things could move again, but they would be changed. They wouldn't be another link in a chain. Yeah? It would be a whole new direction. Yeah, that's mind teaching, at big M mind. That's mind teaching. Yeah. You offer some possibilities, they've been offered to you, you pass it on, you offer it to others, and then they land. They may not land tonight, but they're gonna land, and in fact, they've already been there. They'll see that they land, and they tell you it's always been this way. And then there's a revelation, and maybe you didn't see it, but now you see it, yeah? Now you see it, yeah? So. The understanding, the view doesn't replace the vision. The seeing infuses the view, yeah? The view is there, in a sense, to lead to the seeing. Yeah. So you have an understanding of duality, and you start recognizing two-ness, and you recognize a lot of what you call you as two-ness, you know? You see the movements, when you used to see the movements, you were blind to them, and you just took it to be a long-lasting, independent, separate one thing. Yet you're subject-objecting, you're this and that all day, yeah? Now there's a seeing of it. By hearing the messages of duality, there's a seeing of two-ness, and activities that you called yours are of that. And then the negation of non-duality hits. You're not of that. So now the emperor has no clothes, and then he finds its real kingdom. Yes? Stay right here.
You were choppy for me. You say
Me
something?
too.
Okay. Amelia, hear me? Hey. Mm. There he goes.
Hey, Mike, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. There you are.
Did you hear any of that? Or everyone looked like they were completely still. I didn't know it all froze up.
Yeah, when you started to say that you were ready for questions, it went choppy.
Oh, I thought you all finally got it. I was hallelujah. Woo! Well,
But you said you were ready for
I
questions.
thought I was relieved of the seat assignment.
You're relieved of it, you can just enjoy it now.
I got my termination notice. That's enough. Go garden. Yes. All right. Well, you didn't miss anything then. You just, yeah.
Called out for Amelia because I saw her square, but she wasn't there either.
The kids are over, so
Oh.
that's why I'm in the closet again.
So you're ready, right? Anybody want to
I
raise?
am ready, yeah, yes. If no one asks a question again, I'm going to read that first one clearly again. Yeah? All right. Just because I like to hear it myself. So when people hear the mind teaching, yes, hey, we would fit that description, yes? Like right now? Yeah, where people seemingly hearing the mind teaching, they get excited. Most of you are over that, which is good. They get excited. They think there is something to be got. They then start donating feverishly to Paul Hedderman. I'm just adding that. They then they think there is something to be got. They then fervently engage in this or that practice, thinking that they will get something. Unfortunately, they do not see that their own mind and the thing they expect to find are one and the same thing, or the one and the same no thing, really. Yeah. If you use your mind to try to get something from mind, you will never achieve anything ever. Though you practice like this for billions of years. So I think that's pretty good, eh? It's trying to show us something is like hallelujah to what we are, and that hallelujah appears to be complete futility to what you're not. So what you're not, it's like the dark side of a hallelujah. You're never gonna get it, yeah? You can't. You don't know how much living has been muted and paused with this drive that we think we're gonna get it. If you can't hear from me, I like to use Huang or someone. Maybe you need an ancestral voice. All right. Hallelujah. What would happen? You can't say seeing it. Can you imagine you're trying to, let's say, find the stillness of mind through the movement of mind, yeah? And then while you realize moving mind can't get still mind because it's moving, yeah? So then you see you're not the moving mind, and whammo, yeah? And that recognition that you're not the moving mind is coming from the still mind, yeah? You're seeing mind in movement from stillness, yeah? There's a deep recognition that the moving aspect of mind can never have because it's moving. It's being blown by the winds of time and shit, yeah? But the still mind sees it completely obviously. So the only point is give up the hunt to arrive at stillness through activity, as Zen in a faith mind says. You can't use activity to produce stillness. That would be activity. So you can't use the moving mind to arrive at the still mind. Yeah. You see, you're not that which is moving from the still. Yeah. Instead of trying to calm that thing that's incessantly agitated and moving, which is going to be a lot of fucking work, so it can actually stop for a period and have a peak experience, and it sees the still mind. But it can never establish itself there because the idea of what it is the movement of the mind. Yeah, it's taking itself to be a long-lasting, independent, separate thing, which is of time, of movement, of agitation. Yeah, so you can't use activity to produce stillness. That's just more activity. Yeah. So see the futility of trying to arrive at stillness through activity, and maybe you'll see it all from the stillness. Yeah. So you get an understanding, a description, and then you see it. Yeah. That's the clincher. The seeing it is where the believe with certainty is, where the being convinced is. The being convinced doesn't come from an understanding. It comes from the seeing, yeah? There's a seeing, and that seeing can't be undone. You've seen something, yeah? It's finished. You've recognized it, yeah? All right. Want to try again, Mike? I think I can't hear you. Did you lose me again?
No, I didn't unmute. Now you can hear me?
Yeah.
I was just wanted to throw in my appreciation all these years for your, sticking by that's not you, when referencing what we are, right? As opposed to the habit of, whether it's a past bad thing or a current, I'm not getting big mind teachings. That's not you. and the simplicity of that, right? Is like, to me, there's things in the Ten Commandments that make sense to me. So like not taking the Lord's name in vain, don't take you in vain. Just that simple little movement. So it doesn't matter all that Huang Po you were reading, him using you, that assumption of you hears that as, oh, I'm doing that. So, and just, you being you, and that used to confuse me for a couple of years at times, trying to keep track sometimes of what, if we're talking about the action figure or if we're talking about what we are. So I don't know how that can ever be got around. I guess that's why they invented thou, right, for God, so they could keep track of one or the other. But then you got the duality of that, so that didn't help, I guess. But anyway, it's just amazing to and it's kind of for you, because the person hearing it can still opt to not see that stop sign, right? No matter how many times you keep putting up that stop sign.
Yeah.
So for a sense, it's like for you, because not for you, but that you wouldn't see an action figure you as the identification of big you. That would, and in time, it's going to have its effect for that other you, so to speak.
Well, exactly. The point is, stopping or not stopping doesn't extract any value out of it. It's always going to have value no matter what. Yeah. It's if it's seen. You may not see it, but it's there. So what can a failed system show you? It's failed. That's incredibly valuable. It's unbelievably valuable. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, today's calendrical lesson for A Course in Miracles is there is nothing to fear, right? But like, putting it in that statement, like you already say the word fear, and you immediately get fearful.
That's right.
As opposed to
That's
starting
right.
with, I am not too, there's nothing to fear. There was only that wrong assumption. There is nothing to fear. Kind of like the
See,
mountain.
you got to see though. See, the download of that statement is from a fact.
Yeah, it even says
And
that in
so
the
that
description.
condition,
It says that in the description. But
yes,
I'm just adding.
that condition is an observation from the fact.
Yes.
We
And it
don't.
doesn't
We
matter how
hear
much.
it from the assumed fact,
Yeah.
which is the dilemma. Because yes, the assumed fact sees it as an order or something.
Yeah, and the course does follow that, and except that it's like the Wang Po reading. It still says that you are the one doing that. So it just.
Well, this is where I think there's I would imagine Huang Po had a lot more meaning that wasn't captured through the translation.
Right.
Seriously. Yeah.
Oh, Mary G has her hand up by chat. Sorry, Mary, today.
How do you do
Oh, no
that?
problem.
How can you get your hand up by chat?
Because I couldn't raise my hand. I don't know. I'm technically retarded.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Paul. Thanks, Mike. So, Paul, I don't know if you can help me. Okay, so
Well,
much of
definitely can't help you.
well, yeah, I'll throw this out there, whether you can help me or not. Like, again, gratitude to you, honest to God. The course is like a different text now for me when I look at it, the resonance, and I've been doing it for years, and I realize now it was this really the self trying to get it, and so anyway, I just love that it just is hitting me in different places in different ways, and I just
Great.
so okay. Now so the but so as a mother, okay, so there's so many places where I'm traveling lighter and sleeping better and all that, but I have a couple of kids who are one of us, one of whom has some pretty high risk behaviors. So there's this, I guess it's like this instinctive, I don't know, I mean, I guess it's me trying to just be with the pain and the terror of having an addict for a kid. And it just swipes me, I don't know, I mean, I don't know that I'm vanquished every time, like just sucked right back into self and in my own head and all of that. And I know you've talked about, this is, you get your seed assignment, you get what's going on, and it's I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah. One thing I have to recuse myself in the world of the action figure, because I never had a biological relationship. I don't have kids, meaning, yeah. So I can't do it justice what it's like. I've watched it from afar and from close up with people I've been with who have children who are addicts, yeah, or alcoholics. But I'm not gonna feign like I can understand it, because I can't. Yeah, the flavor that they may be under, I haven't tasted. Yeah, I don't have that connection. So, we're talking on the action figure level. It's best maybe to, the recovery meetings we have every Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're very good for the community after the meeting, because a lot of people have been in that situation. And there's a whole movement that grew out of that situation, Al-Anon. Yeah, so because there is a generality you can make up that if a wife and a husband, one of them's an addict or an alcoholic, probably one of their kids is going to be, seemingly. Yeah, it just seems to go with it seems to go that way. So I would seek help to sort of, because that is the seed assignment, you're going to have to walk through it. So you might as well, you know, confer and with others who walk through it. I haven't done that yet. You know, I could give you mind stuff, but I haven't walked through a situation like that. I couldn't put myself in my mother's shoes until I got sober and I saw my role in things. Then I had a certain sense of how, you know, her biological connection with me opened her up for some heavy body punches, you know, based on my behavior. But it actually ended up that she aligned me being happy with me being sober. So she was incredibly happy. At the end of her life, I was 2 years sober when she passed away, which was a great gift.
Lovely.
Yeah, because that's all she really wanted. And she figured out early I'd have to be sober to be happy, because I was troubled since I was young. Yeah. So, yeah. So I would, you know, some people will talk after the meeting tonight, or, you know, come to Tuesday or Thursday, because there's a lot of people in recovery there. And I'm sure a lot of them have been in the same seat assignment you're in. Yeah. Yeah.
It just seems like, I mean, when we talk about, you know, action figures, it's like, it's really in this situation or any situation where we're in relationship and it's painful, it's like it's really just two action figures going. Can be so horrendously kind
Well,
of
it can be
difficult.
because of what's dreaming.
Yeah.
What's dreaming can lend reality to things, because it is reality. Yeah. I'm not talking about the dreamt. I'm talking about what's dreaming.
Yeah.
And when it goes through the lenses of a dreamt, it can produce exquisite suffering through attachment and deep mental grooves and stuff like that. Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it in my own life and others tons of times, you know.
And so when your deep mental grooves are activated or what have you, you're still, you just breathe in and breathe out and get help and it passes.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not deep mental grooving as much, you know. So this period is pretty, like, the roads of the potholes and shit have all been filled.
Okay.
The traveling lighter is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was that was kind of gradual, sort of more.
Well, I never had kids, like I
Yeah.
said. Yeah. I've never been married. I had a lot of people who, a lot of that baggage comes with them in their seat assignment. I had different one, more physical pain and getting run over by cars and shot at and fucking arrested and shit like that.
Yeah.
But it's a different seat assignment. Yeah.
Okay, Paul.
So yeah, but hey, you know, you're a lifetime member of Zen Bitch Slap. There's some solace.
I'm gonna keep coming back.
There you go. There's a lot of oomph in there. So
It's wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Mary. John is up.
John? John's not saying anything.
He's still muted.
He's still on mute. Okay, sorry. Thank you very much for your message today, or the message. Thanks. Yeah, I think there's about 180 or so different 12-step fellowships. So there's one for everybody. But coming back to your share, so that Satori experience, which is all I can describe, that I received from hearing your message some years ago, and then that eureka moment has followed me for a couple of years, where, hey, I've found something and I want the world to know, via Paul Hedderman, of course, because I don't have the words, but yeah, it almost turned into a kind of a bit of a shrine there, let's say. And now I'm just discovering for myself, this is, of course, that maybe the wake up doesn't finish there. That was the original sort of shake on the pillar. And now these bitch slaps, as you call them, might just be getting a bit more into uppercuts and stuff like that. Just observing the arrogance of John and having that really focused on so that it can be seen for what it is. That's, I don't know if you, am I on the, are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that's it, really. Just thank you. Thanks for this place. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes. Well, I really appreciate you, John, and yeah, nothing keeps on giving. That's been my experience.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you see a whole lot, and it's not of you, which is great. Yes. Yeah.
There can be times when that's missed for a little
arrogance
bit.
Arrogance arises, but there's no one who has the arrogance. Yeah. Are you there?
Redstone, baby, let's go.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
We don't care about redstone. Oh, sorry. I meant.
Someone's cutting in there, but
That was Amelia.
oh, it was Amelia. Oh, she's. But yeah, John, it's all I do is share, and then it's going to do what it's going to do with you. I don't,
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. It's
That's
quite
what I was kind of alluding to. I don't want anybody to think that might be an experience that they need to have. And I guess for me, it's, there seems to be some rude awakenings as well as the nice little strokes, as they were, I think you've said it in a few of your things, we go kicking and screaming. And
yes, the rude awakening is the basis of everything, really.
Yeah.
Rude awakenings. Yeah. Hey, I whatever you I the action figure has been under the influence of this message for a while.
Sure.
It always assumes it's an emperor and tries to put on clothes. That's what it does.
Yeah. It wants to own it.
It's mechanical. It doesn't, I don't know. I've just, all I can tell you since I was 6, I've been trying to get out of here, and now I haven't tried to. I'm completely here, completely, 24/7.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm just wondering if that's, you have, as you've alluded, you've got sort of 30 odd years clean time or sober. And that's filled in a lot of the potholes. Yeah.
Yes. Well, the thing is, what allows the potholes to be filled in is not making any more potholes. My old strategy was, I don't want to deal with the old potholes, so I'm just going to keep making new potholes. So that's what happens. Yeah. It's like laying on that operating table. If you're laying on the operating table, you're not producing more need for more operations. You're submitting yourself, and you're if you don't get up and don't play doctor, like the medical solution catches up to you. You know, you get patched up and you're ready to travel later.
Sure.
Yeah. I think, yeah, John, I'm very happy. I get you, John. And, you know, I hope something gets transferred into the Zoom. The words aren't it, really. It's what we are is speaking to what we are. Yeah. And so, yeah. Just know that you're a lifetime member of ZenBitchSlap.com. That's sort of my insurance policy. Just tell it. I don't know. I'm trying to communicate something, that you're in good hands. Yeah. And there's the oldest behavior can be affected by that and then uncoil. Yeah, it can. The sense of being okay, not the quest to be okay, but the sense of an inherent okayness is a very healing balm to all the perceived and seeming conditions. It really is. So it's almost like being on under a healing light. It just works on you without you working anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
It comes up, and then you see it, and it gets reconfigured. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all a gift. Yeah.
Here I am where I live. There's a little backyard. Let's say it's a third of an acre. But while I'm here, there's so much reclamation of space going on all day. Yeah. That the space that's here has grown incredibly, yet the acreage of the house hasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And that bigness is now expressed, and then you perceive it outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the infinite space. There's no infinite space to see. You're the infinite space. Yeah, it's us. Yeah. I've been getting lost. You know how you can get lost in skies? It's just unbelievable. And we have a tree in Northern California called a redwood. And the color of the redwood cast with the blue that I see in the sky is like the highest level of HD. It's unbelievable. The quality is just blows my fucking mind. Yeah, just unbelievable. Beyond gorgeous. Yeah. That's lent to it. That's given to it by us. Yeah. We're seeing what we're of appearing as others, other things. We're seeing it. Yeah. That's a good sound effect. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, John, take care. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.
Thanks, John. And there's no other hands up. Anybody else want to raise their hand? I'll mention also that I appreciate when you do share a little bit about, like, you know, how you can spend that kind of time in just a short amount of space and not have to go anywhere different, that kind of thing. Kind of like the recovery model, being able to say to people that life's going to be okay. You know, even though it's might just say the serenity promises are about not having financial fear or fear of others, but you know, like I'm really amazed at how I've gotten really into the feeling of air on my skin. You know, the different qualities of temperature and wind pressure or whatever. and that feels really full and rich to me. So like to be able to say that to other people, even though it might be like, yeah, what the fuck, how stupid, how boring, or whatever, right? But I don't know, it just kind of, you can see an opportunity there that people might start wondering about how present, the air is on the skin, right? So, and that,
Yeah.
yeah, and like when you say that we're in conscious contact all the time, so I mean you say that a lot, and that's what all stories are built out of, is what the conscious contact is feeling. That doesn't come from anything else.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Tanya has her hand up.
Okay, I just have a quick question. So then there's no free will, right? And manifestation isn't possible like Abraham Hicks teaches?
There's no free will. Can you repeat it again?
Yeah. So then if there's no person, then there's no free will. And then like all the new age stuff, like Abraham Hicks teaches about manifestation, if you put your thoughts somewhere, then you'll manifest it. That can't happen, right?
It can seem to happen, I'm sure. But does it happen? I don't know. The whole idea of free will, I love the statement by Ramana. He says, if there's individuality, the sense of individuality, there is no individuality. But what's happening here as the dreamt, we're living in a sense of individuality. In that sense of individuality, one of the components of that is the feeling of having free will. Yeah? So having free will or not, and you thinking you have free will or not, doesn't really matter. The action figure has a sense of free will. It's part of its whole story and narrative, yeah? Yeah?
Yes.
So here, let's say the story of the action figure is going to dream itself out of the dreaming. And as it does, the dream gets happier. So now it's taking an aspect, hey, I'm going to manifest things that I don't think I'm available to right now, which is a lie because it is available, but let's just say it. So then there's this play acting it out, and therefore it realized, hey, I'm manifesting whatever. All this can seemingly happen. It can appear to be happening. Is it happening? No, but it appears to be happening. This is what dreaming is like, yeah? So the idea of no free will held by the dreamt doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, there's a sense of free will and there's a sense of predetermination. There's no one who has either of them, but they're both accessible here. Yeah, some people have a sense of predetermination. Some people have a sense of free will. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. They can go to a 3-week course that there's no free will, and yet the sense they're going to have as an experience of the action figure is that the action figure's whole basis is it has free will. That's why it likes Starbucks. You're getting one product, coffee, 50 different ways. So it has a sense of free will. Yeah. Does it have free will? No, but it has a sense of free will. Yeah. Why would you spend any time trying to convince that which constantly is producing a sense of free will that it doesn't have free will? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why not just see you're not the individuality? If you're not the individuality, the sense of free will be seen through as a manufactured sense, not a truth, but a manufactured sense. But it's disguised in the individuality, and it continues to disguise the individuality when the individuality gets into debates about free will and predetermination, securing its own special, independent, long-lasting condition, which is the biggest lie, so to speak. Yeah. So now the sense of individuality is trying to figure out if it has free will or predestination. It's like Dracula going out on vampire hunts. To me, it
Right.
doesn't make any sense. It's just a diversion. It's an off-putting. It's a distraction. Yes. And I don't know Abraham, whatever. I don't know those people.
It just seems like when I'm in the flow, things that I need just come and they're there, or the things that I want, either I have them already or I see them. Like I realize, like I think I realize too, the more I'm alive and I'm traveling lighter, that I want less. I'm happy with what I have. But
Yeah, that's not you. There's a happiness with what's there. The you
right,
is extracted from that by the claiming of that sense or that experience of being happy with less. Now, just like everything else, the mental state uses that to imply there's a you that's happy with less. So now
yes,
you may have less, but there's still more of you. Yeah.
exactly. Perfect. Yeah. I love that.
So
Thank
just see it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, we have it in recovery. People, you come into recovery and they give a suggestion really based in a warning, and they say, listen, when you pray, don't pray for yourself, pray for others, pray for God's will to be revealed, whatever, but try to steer away from praying for yourself. Because a lot of times when you pray to get what you want, a lot of shit comes with it that you weren't looking to have. Yeah. So it's just the irony of this place. Yeah. That someone who's incredibly motivated and its interest is constantly concentrated to promote itself for a better condition sometimes produces a worse condition. It's fucking hilarious in a way. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, honey.
Thanks, Tanya. Chip, Germany.
Is this like Steve of Paris?
Maybe.
Chip, Germany.
I don't know Steve of Paris, so I don't know if it's like that.
All right.
Hey, bro.
Steve of Germany, yes. I can hear you. Can't see
All
you
right.
yet.
Oh, you can't. Well, got to keep looking.
Put it on speaker view, Paul.
All right, hold on. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Here
I
I
think
am.
I'm seeing too much of him.
You're just seeing some action figure.
Yes. What's
So-
going on?
Yeah, I'm just checking in. I just wanted to tell you my action figure's been kind of kicking around for I wouldn't say since it was 6, more like since it was 12, trying to figure out what's going on here. It sort of got lucky a couple years ago. Some things turned out right, and long story short, at some point I ran across Ramana Maharshi, and then started going down the self-inquiry way, and with other things, it turned out that things just started. Yeah, more being was happening. More being. All of the thoughts started becoming not so seemingly important. And so I ran across Zen bitch slap just, I don't know, last week or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, because of, I guess, because of Ramana Maharshi or something, a link to that, or I don't know how exactly that happened. And sort of binge listened to a bunch of your talks and really enjoyed that, just because it's just so nice to hear, yeah, to hear this this message. There's not a lot of people who this action figure knows, who can talk to without being like, are you crazy? So it's nice to hear this. Yeah,
Well,
cool.
good, bro. Yeah, that's good. You're not from Germany, are you?
No, I'm from Oceanside originally.
Oceanside. Not Oceanside, Long Island. Oceanside, California.
No, my mom's from Long Island. From Long
Oh.
Island.
Yeah.
But I was born and spent a lot of time in Carlsbad. But I've been living in Germany for 3 decades, so
Wow.
I'm half German.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm happy you found us.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Because it's really nice. I like what's going on there.
Oh,
Seems
good.
like it seems like it's a good thing.
Good. Well, come and join us. Yeah. We're here a couple of times a week.
Yeah, I saw that you had another time on Saturdays, which might be better because this is kind of like, got up
Yeah.
at
We're
3:50
not
in
going
the
to
morning.
be there Saturday, though. I'm doing
Yeah, I saw that. So that's why I decided, like, I'm just gonna get up at 3:50 in the morning and say hi,
Oh, good.
because it's early here. But I think the Saturday one is a better time for Central European
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But
That's
what
what
time
it
is that
is.
normally? Because it's not on the.
Hmm?
When is it normally on Saturdays? Pacific
We're
time?
not going to have it on this Saturday, but it's usually on at 1:30 Pacific time. So it must be about 9:30, 10 something in Germany.
Yeah, 10:30 Germany. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
nice. That's a little bit nicer time than
Yeah.
4 in the morning.
Well, we
But,
have there's a lot of Germans here on Saturday, so
yeah, I noticed when I was
yeah,
listening to some of the talk.
yeah. So, all right, bro, we're gonna move on to someone else. Nice to
Okay, bro. Thanks a lot.
welcome and thanks for coming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
Nice
Yep.
to meet you, Chip. There's Susan that's on this meeting, that's with us, is from Oceanside too.
Long
Was it
Island?
California?
California. California.
That's like the difference between heaven and hell. Oceanside, Long Island, and Oceanside, California.
California. Well, Oceanside, California is near Carlsbad. Yeah.
I like Oceanside. I've been down there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a town right next to where I grew up called Oceanside in Long Island. That was yeah, it was a crazy place. Yeah. Well, I can't see you, but what's you have anything you want to share or anything?
No, just hello.
Oh, well, hello.
And see you this weekend. I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Oh, that's one of us. That's good.
Yeah.
Susan, she joined John and Stacy and I with that Monday Course in Miracles meeting we're doing.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. Been
Yeah,
great.
I'm looking for the right chair for this weekend.
You have a few more days.
What?
You have a few more days.
I'm going to be sitting on the ass for a while. Hey, it'll be fun. I'm going to try it and see if it works, and if not, we won't do it again. So
I think it'll be just fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Like mine.
I found out even, I'm not a believer in more, but I've seen effects out of more. I do a 4-day thing in Toronto when I used to go there live. So it would build up to some cathartic events on Sunday. It would be fun. Yeah. All right. Well, nice to see you, honey, and I'll see you this weekend. Thank you.
Yeah,
It'll be nice to have some Zen Bitch Slap support. Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Anyone else? Anyone from Oceanside, Long Island, who I don't owe money to? Yeah. Anyone else, Mike?
Oops, I'm in the wrong part of the thing. Oh, there, Walter. Sorry about that.
Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Walter.
Yeah, this whole thing, about trying to find out who you are, seeking for what can be found, and seeing the failed system. It is to me, like almost the famous quote in the big book, the G walking. You seek, you go here, you go there, you think you got it, and there's some high points, and then you're totally lost again, And then the mind says, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this strategy. One moment, at the moment I fell sick, so there's a relaxedness, looking at all these great masters. Okay, I'm going to do this again, and then it doesn't fucking work, I get tied up again. You have to do this and that, and it seems just bloody endless,
Well, it's succeeded.
Even you are getting boring,
Hmm?
Even you, Oh, again, Paul Hedderman. Yeah, I got what you're saying, but okay, yeah, and what now?
Donate.
Pardon?
Donate.
I did. I'm broke.
It's okay, Walter. Yeah. Well, maybe take a break and see what happens. But see, a lot of times we're missing the message of things. Yeah. Everything seems to fail, and everything, the one constant in all that is you. So there's maybe the elephant in the room is being revealed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if everything has failed and there's been one constant in all those things, I've done different things, but I've been doing them seemingly, then maybe is the question the old Walter. And maybe instead of Walter trying to do something, yeah, don't try to do anything about Walter. Just see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried that one also. In the workout. End up in the bar. End up with a fucked up woman. Escape to India. Do intensive meditating.
I think there'll be a different result this time.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, because the thing is, your faith in Walter, through your experience of doing all these things, I hope has weakened. Yeah, and then seeing Walter as a failed system, not to have guilt and shame around it, but a recognition that Jesus, this reliance on what is called Walter hasn't and probably will not work. And then maybe, just maybe, when the starting point gets changed, maybe the race will look different. I don't know. Yeah. That's basically, that's what, see, a lot of what we're, like it said right here, beautifully. Let me read it with this thing. I think he says it perfectly. He says, fervently engaged in this or that practice, thinking that they will get something. Unfortunately, they do not see that their own mind and the thing they expect to find are one and the same thing. Now, if you don't have a sense that that could possibly be true, then just go into the improvement of Walter, yeah, and get a better Walter, yeah. That will work, probably. Really, you can better Walter. You probably can. Not you, but actions and doing things, you know, like the Wim Hof method or purifying and stuff. You'll probably feel a better Walter, yeah. But if all that stuff has still not been enough, and you have a sense that, hey, Huang Po was onto something, then, you know, I watch when people get introduced to this idea, they get pulled into it. They never went to a satsang. Then they get pulled into a satsang. Then they hear something completely novel to their mental logic. Yeah. And then all this stuff happens. It's beautiful. It's almost like watching a divine vacuum, just sucking them into situations where more and more gets revealed. Yeah. But the assumption and hopefully a clear observation at one point is that you are what you're looking for. And therefore, that which is looking for it is not you, because you are what you're looking for. So that which is looking for it is not you, because you are what you're looking for. Yeah, that's the seed of a different logic that gets put through the mental logic. Yeah, because it makes no sense if you are what you're looking for to look for it, obviously. Yet the habit of what we're in is exactly that. We're overriding the fact that we are what we're looking for, and there's a looking for it. And that looking for it is being implied to be Walter. So Walter and the looking for it are symbiotic, yeah? So the looking keeps going because it reflects Walter more and more, yeah? Now, you may recognize the first part as a failed system, but the Walter is still intact, yeah? Walter is the representative of the failed system. It is, yeah? So, more will be revealed. That's it. Some people need a lot of frustration because there's the wrapping around that idea has a stubborn bent. But inevitably, the fact of non-duality is going to pull you out of that mental yogic posture, the I, me, mine. It is. Yeah. And then that day, like it says in one of the Ramanas, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh like hell, because you'll see what was going on. Yeah.
Probably I die in it.
What?
Probably I die in it, in a final stroke. No?
Well, it doesn't matter because nothing ever happened anyway. So fuck it. Yeah. Seriously. All this living, does it really, what people believe maybe it accumulates in wealth or in property or in kids or in marriages or in some kind of mathematics, but the feeling really is that it's sort of like that Tibetan little ceremony they have where they set out and they make this beautiful mandala with sand. Yeah. And they work on it every day until the last day, then they just fucking blow it away. That's how I feel about this place. Yeah? It doesn't take, they're totally into making the fucking thing, knowing it has no lastability. There's no incongruence in that. Yeah? You can be totally into this place and knowing it's not real. I mean, it's not an either or thing. Yeah? That's the unfettered joy. It's joy for joy itself. I mean, I do shit in my yard with pieces of wood. I just make little things up. doesn't do anything. It's not going to blast or anything, but it's the joy of doing it. Yeah. It's like my whole life is that mandala, and I know on the seventh day it's going to be blown away. Far out. Yeah. So you see yourself as an art project, and you're not the director of the art project.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I really got out of recovery, is a sense, or I love like Sufism where they call it the beloved. Do you think Rumi thought there was another thing? Definitely not. Yeah. But it was a joy to express it as a beloved. Yeah. So he pictured no thing as a huge, unbelievable, humorous, whatever. What a beautiful piece of art. I mean, what a master he was to express what he did through poetry. Mind-boggling. Unbelievably mind-boggling how profound that dude, the shit that came through that dude is, if you read it, really. Because he's not spelling it out clearly. He's implying it so perfectly with little stories. I mean, yeah. So here, see, it goes against the logic. Well, if this isn't real, then why should I be doing anything, whatever? You have no say in the matter. This is a giant form of expression, you know? I mean, really, it's art it's art. So, just stay with us, Walter, and even if you don't come back or come back infrequently, you're a lifetime member of Zen Bitch Slap. You can't get out of that. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm enjoying you, you know. Sometimes, you know, people should make a cartoon out of you. A Zen cartoon.
Yeah. I'm open to be rendered humorously.
Yeah, you do. You do.
I think it's hilarious, tell you the truth myself.
Okay,
I do.
thank you.
Yeah. So at least you'll get some laughs, Walter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
There you go, bro. Well, my brother from another mother. All right, Walter.
Thanks, Walter.
Oh, there's Zoe Banks. Zoe Banks has made a reappearance in our Zoom world. She was sorely missed.
Yes.
Look at
I hope I can join the lifetime membership.
Yeah, that's right. On having never left, you return.
Having never left,
I
nothing
become David Gilbank.
Yeah, that's very good.
Chip,
Nice
Chip
to
has a cat that looks just like mine. See it? I'll spotlight him.
All right, Mike, and no one else. We can.
No.
Somehow my son is David.
Is that Lebowski?
I think so.
Yeah.
Easy, Lebowski. I can tell you by that voice.
Sorry about that. I apologize. I didn't know I was unmuted.
Where are you? Where are you, Lebowski?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Nice to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.
You're in a very good line of squares. You got JP from Vietnam, John from New South Wales, and you. Yes.
I just have dumb and drunk luck working at the same time, you know.
You have what?
I said I have dumb and drunk luck working at the same time. So
all's well, James?
Yes, sir. All is well. I popped in a little late and was just listening.
Oh, good. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to see you. You were on a good rant, so I got hooked right away.
Yeah, yes. Well, I'm one to rant. I am. Yes.
It was a good one.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Now I'm overstimulated and I'll have a hard time sleeping. Thanks a lot.
Oh, that's all right. Your body will get rest and your mind's wide awake.
The action figure had to find the one thing. The action figure had to find the one thing to complain about.
Yes. Well, it will. Yeah. Hey, let me say hello to Brahmi. Brahmi is all ready for the weekend, right? All right, Brahmi.
I got the email yesterday.
Oh, great. So I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I'll be there. So wonderful. Thank you. And thanks, John.
Yes, John Reed gave it to, was Brahmi. I think we have one more if anyone's interested. I don't know if we can still do it. But talk with Mike. Maybe we
There's no
can.
reason not to. We could just arrange it however we arrange it.
Because I think we only put out 4 and I said 5, so. Yeah, but whatever. Yeah, talk with Mike Z in the chat if you're interested in going on this retreat or knowing anything about it.
Or email me.
Let me say goodbye then, eh? Unless we're gonna keep going.
Email me too if you don't need to chat right now.
Oh yeah. All right, I want to say hello to Vlad. Vlad is in Siberia. Are you in Siberia?
Yes,
Wow.
I am.
Yeah.
It's very cold outside. It's almost minus 30.
Wow.
Minus 30. Wow. Jeez. Wow.
Well, he's got his keyboard there. Vlad just put up we just put up a new song for Vlad that a nocturne. Beautiful.
Oh, you did? Great. Hey, thank you, Vlad. Yeah, always a pleasure. We'll run into each other again, Vlad, before the.
Yeah, I hope so.
In real life, we will, no doubt about it. Yeah, we'll have to get you to come over to Hawaii.
I would be happy to.
We're gonna maybe we're gonna have a big meeting in Judith's house in Hawaii sometime.
Or Carrie's or mine or all
this fall. What?
Paul, there's a great spot that Judith knows a guy that has like a little conference center. That would be awesome. It's almost like they have like these little spiritual gatherings there.
Yeah.
We'll have you here.
Oh, we'll do it. Yeah, for sure. When we go there. Yeah. I like Hawaii. So yeah. Who doesn't really? But I like Hawaii. Yeah. All right. Let's say I'm saying hello and goodbye to Judith. Yes. Nice to see you, honey. Carrie, nice to see you. It's great that you got to buy land there, Carrie. Yeah, that'd be nice. It's a very nice what can come out of the Zooms, you know.
No, it's been awesome. I can't believe it.
But I mean, you know, meeting people and possibilities. It's great. Really great.
Thank you.
I underestimated Zoom, really. Not much. I never really thought about it. But I was used to speaking live, you know.
Right.
And then, but the Zoom has its own quality. I've sort of, yeah, it produced some nice effects.
Oh, amazing.
So, yeah.
Without Zoom, I mean, all of us probably wouldn't have this opportunity to interact with you on this basis. It's been kind of a blessing or whatever.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what happens. There's always whatever you want to call good or bad, but there's always a dualistic event going on. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let me say John K. Always great to see John. Yeah. Bernard's in a well-lit room today, looking good. We got Chip. I thought it was, Chip from Germany. Yes. Kenneth
Thanks
from
for having me.
Vancouver.
See you
Kenneth
this
is
weekend.
from Vancouver now.
See you this weekend.
Oh, good, Kenneth. Yeah, I'll see you this weekend. Thank you. We got Linda, as always. Pleasure to see you, Linda. Yes. Yes. Right back at you. Yeah. We got Zoe, of course. She's one of the first Zoomites. Yeah. We got Brandon, one of our music representatives. Yes, very nice. Beautiful, beautiful music on the website. We got George from the Void.
Yes.
He's trying to look at his dashboard, but it says going nowhere on nothing. Yeah, but it's all right. We got Walter. Walter is always a pleasure, even if he's not feeling great. I always feel great seeing him. Yeah. We got Clifford from Chiang Mai.
Thanks,
a lot
Paul.
different than Oceanside. Nice to see you, Clifford. Yeah.
And you, man.
Zlatko. my main man over at the Lagoon. Nice to see you, Z. I'll talk with you tomorrow, Z, eh? Yeah. Mary G, always a pleasure.
Thanks, Paul.
Yes, there's a whole lot more with a certain understanding you'll pull out of the course.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, great, fantastic. Kevin, nice to see you. Got a very active background there. Yeah, that's very cool. We got JP from Vietnam. JP is not taking JP so seriously. That's good. Yeah, yeah. You wear it better, bro. Seriously. We got James Lebowski. He's one of the original characters. Yeah. Johannes is one of the originals. Yes. A mainstay. We got John R. He's one of the originals. We got Satish. He's a frequent visitor that we appreciate when we see him. Nice to see you, Satish. We got Skyla with her new cat, or one of her old cats. Nice to see you, Skyla. Yes. We got a lot of others that I can't. Let me see if I can see it. We got Ashraf. We got Christine. We got Linda. We got Brahmi. I'll be seeing her this week. And that's about it. So fantastic. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I want to echo that. That's so cool to be able to interact with you live after so many years of only being able to watch it on YouTube. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys, everyone. I'll see you. So there's no meeting, regular meeting Saturday, no meeting. Everything else is regular, Tuesday, Thursday, and Wednesday, Saturday, usually. But this Saturday, no regular meeting, just that retreat. But if Mike is going to have the place open. If I have a break, I'm going to drop in to say hello to my Zendislav covenant here. Yeah. All right. All right, guys. See ya. Bye-bye. Mike,
See you
I'll see you.
later.
Thanks, Paul.
I'll see you
Thanks,
tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
I call us Hedder